Hello, history fans. It is I, the Grouchy Historian, otherwise known as Jerry, welcoming you to my YouTube channel. Yes, I have finally mastered the internet, sort of, and have got this YouTube channel put up to post all kinds of videos on historical topics of interest to myself and hopefully to all of you too. I just wanted to say welcome for everyone who was able to join in the hopefully fun and interesting videos on Instagram Live this summer. I got a lot of feedback from everyone asking for some series of videos on topics that I'll discuss in a second that I'm going to post here. So what is the purpose of this YouTube channel? Well, hopefully to have some history and to assist all of you that are embarking upon this year's academic schedule, whether you're homeschooling, distance learning, or everything in between, to help with some of the history topics that we'll have for your high schoolers. In particular, I was asked to do a series of videos on the advanced placement tests, the AP History, AP World History, AP American History, and AP American Government, and those are going to be posted up here shortly. So let's talk about the plan. The plan, of course, is content, more content, right? As I learned from my honey lamb, content is king, so I hope to have some interesting videos on a variety of topics. Again, in addition to the AP courses, some of the topics that you all asked for that I was not able to get to this summer included a introduction to the Constitution, some of America's forgotten wars, the War of 1812, the Mexican War. Someone asked for some more videos on the Cold War, so I thought I'd do those. And of course, my new favorite topic, some church history. That's right, the Roman Catholic faith goes back 2,000 years, and there are a lot of interesting historical topics. Mind you, I don't think I'm going to wander into theology because that could be very bad, and I don't think I'm going to go there. But there's actually a lot of interesting history that goes along with how our faith is developed and how we practice our faith today that I thought have been kind of interesting to me. So I hope to share them with you, and hopefully they will be interesting to you and also help you as you inevitably deal with catechizing your children in a distance learning environment as well this year. So let's talk about the other things. Let's talk about the asks. What do I ask of you? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I have learned in setting it up, the more subscribers you have, the more fun, super cool things you can do. I believe the threshold these days is you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can do a YouTube live event. That's a pretty big reach for me, but just imagine what we could do with 1,000 subscribers to do a YouTube live event for history. It could be epic. Second, inevitably we come to the issue of funding. So for the moment, I'm going to post these videos up for free for anybody to watch. Again, I ask that you help support me. I will have the link to my blog. At the top of my blog, there's a PayPal button for donations. Some of you were very gracious and did that this summer after some of the Instagram lives, which helped fund the books and other materials that I use to prepare the AP videos. The other thing you could do, there's a couple of other options. If you feel compelled, my wife has a Patreon page. If you want to become a Patreon for her, IT resources are one of the many shared resources in this house. So you could do that if you wish, or there is the tip jar, I call it, on my blog. One of the things that I'm also working on, and that's going to take a little longer because there's quite a bit more work and planning, is a new blog, moving off of Blogspot onto a dedicated website, which of course takes money. So I'm going to do that at the moment. A couple of other things that I'm working on, and if there's enough interest, again, part of the feedback that I ask is comment on the videos. Are they useful? Are they too long, too short? Are they boring? Hopefully not. Or are they just about right? Commentary and feedback for you is very important for me so that I can produce a better product. I have a lot of training and experience as being a project manager. So getting feedback from my customers, my lovely audience, is very important to make sure that I'm producing the sort of content that you're interested in. Part of that feedback also is I have developed and I'm still working on some more material for, but I've developed a basic course outline for an American history course at the high school level. I currently tutor one student and he will be a junior this year. So this is set up to be sort of an upper level course. For the last about 12 years, I've tutored students using the Colby history curriculum. If any of you use Colby, they do Greek history for freshmen, Roman history for sophomores. They do medieval history for juniors, and then they do American history for seniors. I've decided that I really just wasn't into their medieval history course, so I've sort of created my own this year for my student. I think we're going to do American history as a junior, and then for his senior year, we're going to do American government. I would be open, if there's enough interest, to perhaps doing a more formal Zoom type course on American history. That would be something I would have to have a lot of discussions with folks, because there's a lot of rules that I would have to take into account if I were to do a live tutoring session. If you're interested in that, please DM me in my Instagram, or you can leave a comment here. And if there is enough interest to make it worthwhile, we can look at some schedule and pricing potentials for that. So that's what we're doing right now. I just want to thank you all for coming to my YouTube site. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you find it informative. And most importantly, I hope you subscribe and come back.